The name tag in my hands reads, Juliet Lucas, sister of the bride, the failure. I stare at those last two words written in my mother's perfect cursive, probably meant as a joke. Probably. The wedding reception swirls around me in shades of champagne and ivory, a perfect Pinterest board come to life. My sister Camilla's doing, of course. She's currently floating through the crowd in her designer gown, collecting compliments like butterflies in a net. I down my second glass of wine and try to remember why I agreed to be part of this circus. Jules! Camilla's voice cuts through the ambient chatter. Come meet Leo's work friends. I paced on my best supportive sister smile and wade through the sea of pastels and pearls. More introductions. More explaining that yes, I'm an artist, and no, I don't have a real job. More sympathetic nods when they learn I teach art to elementary school kids to pay rent. Leonardo, my new brother-in-law, wraps his arm around Camilla's waist. He's objectively handsome in that investment banker way, all sharp angles and whiter than white teeth. Jules here is our family's free spirit, he says, and everyone laughs like it's the cleverest thing they've heard all day. I excuse myself to the bathroom, needing a moment to breathe. The corridor leading to the restrooms is blessedly quiet, the music from the reception hall now just a dull thrum. That's when I spot Leonardo's phone on the decorative table outside the men's room, screen lighting up with incoming messages. I shouldn't look. I really shouldn't. But something about the preview text makes my stomach clench. I glance around, empty hallway, and pick up the phone. The messages are from someone named RW. Miss you already. Last night was incredible. Can't wait until your business trip next week. Remember to delete these messages. My hands start shaking. The timestamp shows these were sent during the ceremony, during my sister's wedding ceremony. More messages pop up, each one worse than the last. Photos I wish I could unsee. Plans for future meetups. This isn't a one-time thing, this is an ongoing affair. The bathroom door creaks. I quickly place the phone back, hands trembling so badly I nearly drop it. Leonardo emerges, adjusting his bow tie in the hallway mirror. Oh, hey, Jules, he says, reaching for his phone. Everything okay? You look pale. I force myself to meet his eyes. They're completely calm, like he hasn't just destroyed my sister's life before it really began. Everything's fine, I lie, my voice steady despite the rage building in my chest. Just needed some air. He nods, already scrolling through his phone. I watch his face change for a split second. He's seen the messages, but he just pockets the device and heads back toward the reception, whistling. The bastard is whistling. I lean against the wall, my mind racing. In the reception hall, I can hear Camilla's laugh, that pure, joyful sound I've known since we were kids. The sound that's about to shatter when she learns the truth, because she has to learn the truth, doesn't she? My mother's voice echoes in my head. Don't make a scene, Juliet. For once in your life, don't be difficult. That's what she'll say if I speak up. That's what they all say whenever I don't play along with their perfect family narrative. But this isn't about me being difficult. This is about protecting my sister from a man who couldn't even wait until after the wedding to betray her. I pull out my phone and text Serena, my best friend. Need you. Emergency. Reception. Bathroom. Now. While I wait, I stare at my reflection in the ornate mirror. The name tag is still stuck to my bridesmaid dress, mocking me. I rip it off, crumpling the failure into a tight ball. The bathroom door opens and Serena slips in. One look at my face and she knows something's wrong. What happened? I open my mouth to tell her, but the words stick in my throat, because saying it out loud makes it real. Because once I tell her, I can't pretend this isn't happening, because whatever I do next will change everything. Jules? Serena touches my arm. You're scaring me. I take a deep breath and meet her eyes in the mirror. I just found out Leonardo is cheating on my sister. Has been for a while. And I have to decide right now if I'm going to blow up this entire wedding or let Camilla live in blissful ignorance. Serena's sharp intake of breath echoes off the bathroom tiles. Oh God, what are you going to do? I straighten my spine, something hardening in my chest. I'm going to do what I do best, I say, reaching for the door handle. I'm going to be difficult. Serena grabs my arm before I can storm back into the reception. Jules, wait. You need a plan. You can't just watch me. I shake free, but she blocks the door. 5 minutes, she pleads. Give me 5 minutes to think this through with you. Remember what happened at Thanksgiving? That stops me. Last time I acted on impulse at a family gathering, I'd ended up sleeping in my car for a week. But this is different. This isn't about me. Fine. 5 minutes. We huddle in the corner of the bathroom, heads together like we're back in high school plotting revenge on mean girls. Except now the mean girl is my brother-in-law, and the stakes are my sister's life. You need to tell Camilla first, Serena says. Privately, before you do anything public. She's right. Of course she's right. I check my makeup in the mirror, wiping away a smudge of mascara. I'll pull her aside. There's that little garden terrace off the main hall. But when I find Camilla, she's surrounded by a cluster of college friends all squealing over her ring. I hover at the edge of their circle, trying to catch her eye. When she finally notices me, her smile dims slightly. Jules, what's wrong? Can we talk? Privately? She follows me to the terrace. The setting sun paints everything in soft gold, making this moment feel surreal. Moths flutter around the string lights, and I think about how fragile happiness is, how easily it can be crushed. Cam, I need to tell you something about Leonardo. She crosses her arms, if this is about his job again. It's not. I saw messages on his phone. He's cheating on you. The words hang in the air between us. Camilla's face doesn't change, but her fingers tighten on her arms. What exactly did you see? I tell her everything, the texts, the photos, the plans for next week. With each detail, I watch her expression harden. Show me, she says finally. I can't. They're on his phone. So you just happened to see his private messages? My stomach drops. Cam, no, Jules. I know you've never liked Leo. I know you think I'm making a mistake, but making up lies on my wedding day? That's low even for you. The familiar acid of being dismissed burns my throat. I'm not lying. Really? Because it sounds exactly like something you'd do to prove you're right about him. She takes a step back. God, I can't believe you'd try to ruin this for me. Camilla, please. Just stop. Her voice cracks. For once in your life, just stop trying to fix everything. I'm happy. Why can't you let me be happy? She turns to go back inside, but I grab her wrist. Wait, just wait here. 2 minutes. I sprint through the reception hall, ignoring my mother's hissed, Juliet, as I pass. Leonardo's still by the bar with his best man, Rick. Their heads are bent together, laughing about something. Leo, I say sweetly, can I borrow your phone? My battery died, and I need to call my ride. He hesitates for a fraction of a second. Sure, Jules. He pulls it out, but before handing it over, his thumb moves quickly across the screen. Deleting messages. The bastard is deleting messages right in front of me. He hands me the phone with a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. I take it and walk away slowly, my mind racing. There has to be something left. Some proof. That's when I hear it. Rick's voice carrying just far enough. Careful, man. She's sharper than she looks. I freeze, then casually drift closer to their conversation, pretending to fiddle with the phone. It's handled, Leonardo mutters. Unlike you handling Roslyn last month. Jesus, Rick, you almost blew everything. Hey, I covered for you with that whole Miami story, didn't I? Even convinced Camilla you were at that conference when you were actually… Shut up, Leonardo hisses. Not here. My hands shake as I open his photo gallery. Most recent images deleted, messages cleared. But there, in his recently deleted folder, he forgot about that. 3 photos remain, including one of him kissing a woman who definitely isn't my sister. I quickly send the photos to my own phone, then delete the evidence of the transfer. Walking back to the bar, I return his phone with a smile that matches his. All teeth, no warmth. On the terrace, Camilla's still waiting, arms wrapped around herself. Without a word, I hold up my phone, showing her the proof she demanded. She stares at the photos for a long time. Then she looks up at me and I see something break behind her eyes. "What do we do now?" she whispers. I take her hand. "Now? Now we make him pay." The microphone feels heavy in my hand as I stand, my champagne glass tinkling against the metal. Around me, 200 faces turn expectantly, waiting for what they assume will be another saccharine toast to the happy couple. Camilla sits rigid beside Leonardo, her smile fixed in place. We spent 20 minutes in that garden terrace plotting this moment. Her words echo in my head. "Make it hurt." I clear my throat. When I was 12, Camilla broke her arm falling from our treehouse. I watched her hit the ground, and I'll never forget the sound she made, this tiny broken gasp. I'm hearing that same sound today. The room stills. Leonardo's champagne glass freezes halfway to his lips. "You see, my sister deserves a love story. Instead, she got a cautionary tale." I turn to face Leonardo directly. "Would you like to tell everyone about Roslyn? Or should I?" The colour drains from his face. In the sudden silence, someone's fork clatters against a plate. "Jules!" My mother's warning voice carries across the room. "Sit down." "No, Mom, not this time." My voice shakes, but I force myself to continue. "My beautiful, brilliant sister just married a man who couldn't even wait until after the ceremony to text his girlfriend. Yes, girlfriend. Present tense. Gasps ripple through the crowd. Leonardo stands, his chair scraping against the floor. "You're drunk, Juliet, and making a fool of yourself." "Am I?" I pull out my phone. "Should we discuss the photos you forgot to permanently delete? Or maybe the Miami trip that wasn't actually a conference?" Rick, the best man, shifts uncomfortably in his seat. Our eyes meet, and something flickers across his face. Guilt, fear. "Rick knows what I'm talking about, don't you?" I watch him flinch. "Want to tell everyone what really happened in Miami?" "That's enough!" Leonardo slams his hand on the table. Crystal glasses jump, sending champagne splashing across the pristine tablecloth. But I'm not done. I have proof. Everything. The messages, the photos, the hotel receipts. "She's lying," Leonardo cuts in smoothly, addressing the stunned crowd. "Juliet has always been unstable, jealous of her sister's success. This is just another cry for attention." The familiar dismissal stings, but I stand my ground. "Really? Then you won't mind if I show everyone?" "Show them what?" He smirks and my blood runs cold. I check my phone. The photos are gone. All of them. "Looking for these?" Rick holds up his phone and I realize with horror what happened. While I was speaking, he must have remotely deleted them through the cloud sharing I'd forgotten to disable. The room starts to spin. I've lost my proof. Lost my credibility. Lost everything. Then Camilla stands. "I saw them," she says quietly. "The photos, the messages. I saw everything." Leonardo's head whips toward her. "Baby, don't." Her voice could freeze hell. "Don't you dare." She turns to face our gathered family and friends, her wedding dress catching the light like broken glass. My sister is telling the truth. Every word. The silence shatters. Voices erupt in overlapping waves of shock and outrage. My mother's hands cover her face. Leonardo's parents huddle together, whispering frantically. "I trusted you," Camilla continues, each word precise and cutting. "I defended you. I chose you over everyone who tried to warn me, including my sister." She looks at me then, tears in her eyes. "I'm so sorry, Jules. I should have listened." Leonardo grabs her arm. "We can talk about this privately. Get your hands off my sister." The words tear from my throat before I can stop them. What happens next seems to unfold in slow motion. Rick stands, his face twisted with what looks like genuine remorse. I can't do this anymore." He pulls out his phone again, but this time he's not deleting evidence. He's sharing it. "I kept copies," he says, not meeting Leonardo's murderous glare. "Of everything. Because I knew someday I'd have to make this right." Phones around the room start pinging with incoming messages. Leonardo lunges for Rick, but two of Camilla's cousins grab him before he can reach the best man. In the chaos that follows, I find myself standing still, watching my sister's wedding implode around me. I should feel triumphant, I should feel vindicated. Instead, I feel my mother's arms wrap around me from behind, the first time she's hugged me in years. My brave girl, she whispers against my hair. My brave, difficult, wonderful girl. And suddenly I'm 12 again, watching my sister fall, knowing the sound she's about to make. Only this time, I caught her before she hit the ground. The aftermath hits like a tsunami. Security escorts Leonardo out while guests mill around in shocked clusters, phones raised to capture every moment. I stand in the eye of the storm, watching my sister's wedding reception transform into a viral scandal in real time. You've really done it this time. My mother's earlier warmth has evaporated. She's back to her familiar disappointed stance, arms crossed, lips pressed into a thin line. Do you have any idea how much this wedding cost? Really, Mom? That's what you're worried about? Someone has to think practically. She gestures at the chaos around us. The venue, the catering, the gifts. The gifts can go back, Camilla interrupts, appearing beside me. She's changed out of her wedding dress into a simple black sheath. Just like the ring. My mother deflates slightly. Darling, maybe we should all take some time to... To what? Camilla's voice cracks. To pretend this didn't happen? To give him another chance? She laughs, but it sounds more like breaking glass. That's what you told Jules to do, isn't it? When her ex stole her artwork and sold it as his own? Take some time. Think it through. Don't be hasty. I stare at my sister. I'd never told her about that. I heard you and Dad talking about it, she explains, catching my look. I heard you tell Jules to let it go, to not make waves, and I said nothing. Her eyes fill with tears. I always said nothing. The weight of unspoken years hangs between us. All those times I'd fought my battles alone, thinking Camilla was just another witness to my difficult nature. Ladies, Rick approaches cautiously, phone in hand. We have a situation. He shows us Leonardo's latest Instagram post, a perfectly curated photo of him looking wounded but dignified, captioned with a paragraph about false accusations and family jealousy. The comments are already flooding in, taking sides. He's trying to control the narrative, Rick explains, and he's good at it, really good. Of course he is, I mutter. He's been managing his image since day one. Camilla grabs Rick's phone, scrolling through the comments. Her hands shake. People are believing him. They're calling Jules a bitter spinster and me a gullible fool. Honey, my mother starts, maybe we should take this down a notch. Think about your career. My career? Camilla's laugh turns hysterical. I'm an environmental lawyer, Mom. I literally fight corporate liars for a living, and I couldn't even spot one sleeping in my bed. She throws Rick's phone across the room. It hits the wall with a satisfying crack. I'll get you a new one, she tells Rick weakly. Don't worry about it. He runs a hand through his hair. I owe you both way more than a phone. I should have spoken up months ago. Why didn't you? I ask. He won't meet my eyes. Leonardo, he knows things. About everyone. It's how he operates. Find the weakness, exploit it, keep people in line. What does he have on you? Rick's silence speaks volumes. It doesn't matter, Camilla says suddenly. Whatever he has, whatever he says, it doesn't matter anymore. I'm done being afraid of the truth. She pulls out her own phone and starts typing furiously. Before anyone can stop her, she's posted a response to Leonardo's carefully crafted narrative. A raw, unfiltered account of everything, including screenshots Rick provided of Leonardo's other affairs. Camilla! Our mother looks horrified. Take that down immediately. No. My sister's voice is steel. I'm done taking things down, keeping things quiet, making things easier for everyone else. Jules was right all along. Some things need to be difficult. My phone buzzes. Then again. And again. Notifications pour in as Camilla's post goes viral, spreading across platforms like wildfire. Oh, God, my mother moans. The press will be all over this. Both your firms will. Good, Camilla and I say simultaneously. We look at each other and something shifts between us. Years of careful distance crumbling in an instant. She reaches for my hand. I need your help, Jules. Not just with Leonardo, but with everything after. I need my sister back. I never left, I whisper. I know. I was the one who stayed away. Trying to be perfect, trying to not rock the boat. She squeezes my hand. Teach me how to make waves. Behind us, our mother is still talking about damage control, about family reputation, about taking things offline. But for the first time in years, neither of us is listening. First lesson, I tell Camilla, a smile spreading across my face. The boat deserves to be rocked. She grins back, fierce and broken and beautiful. Then let's cause a storm. 3 days after the wedding explosion, I wake to find my art studio's front window shattered. Glass crunches under my boots as I step inside, heart pounding. The damage isn't random. My latest paintings, the series I've been working on for months, are slashed to ribbons. I touch one canvas, fingers trembling. The cuts are precise, surgical, professional. My phone rings. Camilla. Turn on the news, she says without preamble. Now. I pull up the local news site on my phone. Leonardo's smiling face fills the screen as he stands outside his law firm, looking every bit the wronged party. The headline makes my stomach turn. Prominent attorney speaks out about wedding scandal. Claims systematic harassment. He's saying we're orchestrating a smear campaign, Camilla's voice shakes, that we're doctoring evidence, manipulating Rick, trying to destroy his reputation out of family jealousy. I look around my destroyed studio. Yeah, I'm getting that message loud and clear. What do you mean? Before I can answer, the bell above my door chimes. I spin around to find Roslyn, Leonardo's not-so-secret girlfriend, standing among the broken glass. I'll call you back, I tell Camilla, ending the call despite her protests. Roslyn surveys the destruction, her face unreadable. She's exactly as beautiful as her photos suggested, but there's something hard in her eyes that the camera missed. Let me guess, I say. Leonardo sent you to threaten me? She laughs, but there's no humor in it. Leonardo doesn't send me anywhere. That's kind of the problem. She perches on my paint-splattered work table, incongruous in her designer outfit. You know what's funny? I actually came to thank you. Thank me for blowing everything up. I've been trying to end things with Leo for months, but he always had a way of making that difficult. The way she says difficult makes my skin crawl. What did he do? What didn't he do? She pulls out her phone, showing me texts, emails, photos, a digital paper trail of manipulation and threats. Every time I tried to leave, he'd remind me how easily he could ruin me. My job, my reputation, everything. Why are you showing me this? Because you need to understand what you're dealing with. That stunt at the wedding, the viral posts, that's just the beginning. Leo doesn't lose. Ever. As if on cue, my phone buzzes with a text from Rick. Check your email. Emergency. I open my inbox to find a cease and desist letter from Leonardo's firm, threatening legal action for defamation. But it's the next email that makes my blood run cold. A message from the elementary school where I teach art, requesting an immediate meeting about my recent public behavior. He's going after your job, Roslyn says softly. Just like he went after your studio. Just like he'll go after everything else until you and your sister back down. We won't. Then be smarter than I was. She slides off the table. Don't fight him in the open. He's got too much practice looking like the good guy. So what, we just let him win? No. Her smile turns sharp. We find his weakness. The one thing he can't spin or charm his way out of. I think about Rick's words at the wedding. Leonardo knows things. About everyone. The evidence Rick shared, I say slowly. That wasn't everything, was it? Not even close. Roslyn pulls a small USB drive from her purse. Leo likes to keep receipts. Insurance, he calls it. Against clients, colleagues, friends, anyone who might someday become a problem. She places the drive on my table. 3 years of his private files. Emails, photos, recordings, everything he never wanted found. Why give this to me? Because your sister was collateral damage. I never meant... She stops, composes herself. Just make it count, okay? She turns to leave, but pauses at the door. One more thing. When you use this, and you will, be prepared. Some of what's on there, it's going to hurt people you care about. Are you ready for that? I look around my destroyed studio, at the shredded canvases that represented months of work. Think about the emails threatening my job, my sister's reputation, our future. Yes, I say. And I mean it. Roslyn nods. Good. Because Leo's right about one thing. You're not just fighting him anymore. You're fighting an entire system that protects men like him. And that system. She gestures at my ruined art. It fights back. After she leaves, I stand in the wreckage of my studio holding the USB drive that could change everything. My phone buzzes again. Camilla, probably worried. But before I call her back, I need to decide. How far am I willing to go? And more importantly, who am I willing to take down with me? The contents of the USB drive spill across my laptop screen like toxic waste. Emails, photos, voice recordings, each file more damning than the last. My hands shake as I scroll through Leonardo's carefully catalogued collection of other people's secrets. We can't use this, Camilla says, pacing my living room. These aren't just Leonardo's victims. They're innocent people he's blackmailing. We'd be no better than him. She's right. The drive contains enough dirt to bury Leonardo 10 times over, but using it would mean destroying dozens of other lives. Colleagues who made mistakes, clients who trusted him, even judges who'd been compromised. My phone buzzes. Another email from the school board. Third one today. The words professional conduct review and termination jump out at me. They're suspending me, I tell Camilla. Pending investigation into my pattern of disruptive behavior. She stops pacing. He can't do that. They can't fire you for exposing the truth. Watch me lose my job anyway. I close my laptop, unable to look at any more evidence of Leonardo's corruption. You know what the worst part is? The kids' art show is next week. I promised them I'd be there. Camilla's face hardens. Okay, screw this. We're using the files. What happened to we'd be no better than him? That was before he went after your kids' art show. She grabs my laptop. We just need to be selective. Find something that only hurts him. But as we dig deeper into the files, a pattern emerges. Leonardo hasn't just been collecting dirt, he's been weaving a web. Every piece of information connects to something else, someone else. Using any of it would trigger a cascade of consequences we couldn't control. Wait, Camilla says suddenly. Go back to that email thread. I scroll back to a conversation between Leonardo and someone named Marcus. The subject line reads, Riverside Development Deal. That's the project I've been investigating, Camilla explains, eyes scanning the text. A luxury development that mysteriously got approved despite environmental violations. I could never prove. Her voice trails off as she reads further. Oh my God. What? Leonardo knew. He knew the land was contaminated. He helped cover up soil test results that showed dangerous levels of toxins. She points to an attachment. Look, here's the original report they buried. Can you use this? This isn't just evidence of corruption, it's proof of criminal negligence. People could die if they build on that land. She straightens up. I need to take this to the EPA immediately. Cam, wait. I grab her arm. Think about what happens next. Leonardo will know where this came from. He'll release everything else in retaliation. Let him. Her voice is steel. Some things matter more than reputation. Before she can leave, my phone rings. Unknown number. Hello? Ms. Lucas, a woman's voice, professional but warm. This is Patricia from Channel 7 News. We're doing a story on Leonardo Perkins and the allegations of systematic corruption in his firm. Would you be willing to comment? I meet Camilla's eyes. She nods. Actually, I say, I think you're going to want to hear what my sister has to say. She's an environmental lawyer who's discovered something interesting about the Riverside Development Project. After we hang up, Camilla looks at me. You know what this means, right? Once I go public with this evidence, there's no going back for either of us. I know. The school board. Some things matter more than a job. She hugs me fiercely. I'll protect you this time, I promise. Just go save the world, counselor. I'll handle Leonardo's tantrum. As if summoned by his name, my phone buzzes with a text from Rick. Leo knows about the USB drive. He's on his way to your place. Don't let him in. Too late. A sharp knock echoes through my apartment. Juliet? Leonardo's voice smooth as ever. We need to talk. Camilla clutches the laptop to her chest. I point to my bedroom. There's a fire escape she can use to leave unseen. She shakes her head, but I push her toward it. Go, I whisper. Get that evidence somewhere safe. I'll keep him busy. Another knock, harder this time. I know you're in there, Jules. Don't make this difficult. I wait until I hear Camilla's quiet footsteps on the fire escape before opening the door. Leonardo stands there in his perfect suit, wearing his perfect smile. But his eyes are wild. Where is it? He demands, pushing past me into the apartment. I cross my arms, planting myself between him and my bedroom door. Where's what? Don't play games. The drive. Rosalind's drive. He steps closer, looming over me. Give it to me now, and maybe we can still fix this mess you've made. I smile, channeling every ounce of difficult, defiant energy I possess. You want to talk about messes, Leonardo? Let's talk about Riverside. The colour drains from his face, and I know we've won. Leonardo's composure cracks like thin ice. You have no idea what you're doing, he snarls, advancing on me. That development deal involves people you don't want to cross. I stand my ground, even as my heart hammers. You mean people like you? Men who think they can bury their crimes in paperwork and threats? He lunges for my laptop on the coffee table. I grab it first, clutching it to my chest. Give me the drive, Juliet. His voice drops dangerously low. Last chance. Or what? You'll destroy my career? Too late. Ruin my reputation? Already done. What's left, Leo? His smile turns cruel. Your mother's medical license review is next week, isn't it? Be a shame if the board received evidence of prescription irregularities. The air leaves my lungs. You wouldn't. Try me. He pulls out his phone. One call. That's all it takes to end her career. Your choice. My fingers tighten on the laptop. Mom and I have our issues, but this would destroy her. Everything she's worked for gone in an instant. Leonardo sees my hesitation. Smart girl. Now the door bursts open. Camilla strides in, followed by Rick and 2 people in FBI windbreakers. Actually, Camilla says, I think they'd like the drive. Leonardo spins around. What is this? This, one agent steps forward, is what happens when you threaten a federal witness. She turns to me. Ms. Lucas, are you all right? I nod, still clutching the laptop. You recorded that? Leonardo's face contorts. You little... Choose your next words carefully, Rick interrupts, holding up his phone. Still streaming. The second agent pulls out handcuffs. Leonardo Perkins, you're under arrest for witness tampering, conspiracy to commit fraud, and environmental violations under the Clean Water Act. You can't prove anything, Leonardo spits. No? Camilla pulls out her phone, plays a video. Leonardo's own voice fills the room, discussing the contaminated soil reports. Funny thing about evidence, it works better when you share it with the right people instead of using it for blackmail. As the agents read him his rights, Leonardo locks eyes with me. You think this is over? Everything on that drive goes public. Everyone gets burned. Already handled, Rick says. While Juliet kept you busy, we've been working with the FBI's cybercrime unit. The evidence of actual crimes will be used in prosecution. The personal information? Sealed by federal order. You planned this, Leonardo whispers. All of you. No. I step closer. We just learned from you. Find the weakness, exploit it, keep people in line. Isn't that how it works? The agents start leading him away, but I'm not done. You know what your weakness was, Leo. You thought everyone was like you, that we'd all choose self-preservation over doing what's right. But some of us... I glance at Camilla, at Rick. Some of us choose differently. After the agents leave with Leonardo, Camilla hugs me so hard it hurts. I'm sorry I left you alone with him. You didn't. I hug her back. You were exactly where you needed to be. Rick clears his throat. There's something else you should see. He holds up his phone, showing a social media feed exploding with support. Comments flood in from Leonardo's other victims, sharing their stories. The hashtag #JockDifficultWomen is trending. Turns out, Rick says, you weren't the only ones he tried to silence. Once people saw you stand up to him, my phone buzzes. An email from the school board. I brace myself, but instead of more threats, it's an apology. They're launching an investigation into Leonardo's interference and want me back for the art show. We did it, I breathe. You did it, Camilla corrects. You stood up first, showed me how to be brave. Showed all of us, Rick adds. I think about the name tag from the wedding, the failure, written in my mother's perfect script. About all the times I was told to be quieter, smaller, less difficult. Should we call Mom? Camilla asks softly. Tell her she's safe. I nod, reaching for my phone, but pause. Hey, Cam, remember when we were kids and you fell from that treehouse? Of course. You never told anyone, but I know why you fell. You were trying to catch me, stop me from jumping to the next tree. She smiles. You always did take the scary jumps. Yeah, well, I squeeze her hand. Thanks for jumping with me this time. Outside, camera flashes start popping as news vans arrive. The next few days will be chaos. Interviews, statements, proceedings. But for now, in my apartment with my sister and our unlikely ally, I feel something I haven't felt in years. Perfectly gloriously at peace with being difficult. Ready to face the cameras? Camilla asks. I straighten my spine. Ready to tell the truth. The elementary school hallway buzzes with excitement as kids and parents filter into the art show. My students' works line the walls, bright splashes of courage and imagination that refuse to be contained by paper borders. Just like their teacher. Miss Jules, Emma tugs my sleeve, pointing to her painting. I did it just like you said. I made the scary parts beautiful. I kneel beside her, studying the swirling darkness she's transformed into stars. You absolutely did. Is it too difficult? She whispers, echoing my mother's favorite word. No, honey. It's exactly difficult enough. The crowd parts, and I spot my mother standing before Emma's painting. She's been quiet since Leonardo's arrest, since learning how close she came to losing everything. But she came tonight. That's something. It's chaotic, she says, tilting her head at the artwork. But purposeful, like someone I know. Before I can respond, Camilla bursts through the door, still in her court clothes. Did I miss it? Please tell me I didn't miss it. Perfect timing, I say, checking my watch. They're announcing the gallery selections in 5 minutes. She hugs me, whispering, Leonardo took the plea deal. Full confession. It's over. Relief floods through me, but there's something else in her voice. And I've been appointed to the state's new Environmental Oversight Committee. They want someone with a proven record of standing up to corporate corruption. I laugh. Look who's being difficult now. Learned from the best. She squeezes my hand. Oh, and Rick's here. He brought someone you should meet. Rick appears with a tall woman in a gallery owner's perfectly curated outfit. Jules, this is Marina. She saw your work online, the pieces Leonardo destroyed. I photograph everything, I explain. Digital backup of all my art after previous experiences. Marina nods. Rick showed me the photos, that series about silence and power. I have space in my gallery's upcoming exhibition on feminist perspectives, if you're interested. My heart stops. Marina's gallery is the kind of space I'd never dared approach, certain I'd be dismissed. My voice catches. The originals were destroyed, so recreate them. Bigger, bolder. Her eyes spark. Sometimes destruction is just renovation in disguise. The principal calls for attention, gathering everyone for the announcement of which student pieces will be displayed at the district art show. As she speaks, I feel a small hand slip into mine. Emma vibrating with nervous energy. What if they don't pick mine? She whispers. Then we'll know they weren't ready for something that brave. My mother appears on Emma's other side, taking her free hand. And brave is better than safe, she says, meeting my eyes. I should have taught you that a long time ago. The principal unfolds her paper. Our first selection, Emma Chen's Night Stars. Emma squeals, launching herself at the painting. My mother follows to help her take it down, but pauses. Juliet, that day, with the name tag. I never meant... I know, Mom. No, let me finish. I called you difficult because I didn't have the courage to be difficult myself. But watching you these past weeks, seeing you stand up not just for yourself, but for everyone else. She straightens her spine. I'm proud of you. My difficult, magnificent daughter. Camilla joins us, followed by Rick and Marina. Around us, children excitedly discuss their art, unafraid to take up space, to make noise, to be seen. Ready to see your new gallery space? Marina asks. I look at my family, my sister who jumped with me, my mother learning to embrace the chaos, even Rick who chose truth over safety. At Emma, proudly showing her difficult, beautiful painting to anyone who'll look. Actually, I say, I want to change the series title. Oh? Instead of Silence and Power, I smile, feeling the rightness of it. I want to call it Difficult Women. Perfect, Marina says. And the first piece? I turn to Emma's painting. Darkness transformed into stars, fear turned to beauty, silence broken by truth. This one. I want to recreate this one first. But that's not your art, my mother says, confused. No, I agree. It's better. It's what happens when we teach the next generation that their voice matters. That difficult isn't an insult. It's a superpower. Emma beams up at me, starlight and courage radiating from her small frame. Around us, the art show continues, a symphony of colour and chaos and children unafraid to make noise. And in that moment, I am exactly difficult enough.